Imagine waking up one day to the searing realization that everything you believed about success and the pursuit of dreams was, in fact, a delicate illusion. You step outside, inhaling the crisp air, feeling the weight of the American dream pressing heavily upon your shoulders. The notions of freedom, boundless opportunity, and the tantalizing allure of entrepreneurship buzz around you like fireflies on a warm summer night. Yet as you traverse the familiar paths of your neighborhood, the truth starts to claw its way to the surface. Your once unshakable faith in that vision begins to shatter. As thoughts spiral, consider a different perspective, one rooted in the heart of Germany, where entrepreneurship flourishes under the comforting embrace of a robust safety net, a situation that American dreamers can only look at with a bittersweet mixture of envy and disbelief. Germany is not merely a land renowned for its beer and sausages. It has cultivated an economic environment that not only nurtures, but also empowers workers and visionaries alike. Meanwhile, the United States proclaims itself a bastion of opportunity. However, beneath its polished surface lies a crippling reality. Here, fear of failure looms like a shadow, stifling dreams and ambitions and leaving countless individuals tethered to soul-crushing desk jobs that sap their spirits. In the quiet corners of coffee shops across America, I overhear passionate Americans discussing their exhilarating non-freedom to fail, as though it were a coveted badge of honor. This perceived liberation often leads many into the chasms of financial ruin, trapdoors masked by the rhetoric of independence. In Germany, conversely, the collective safety net envelopes small businesses, empowering entrepreneurs to take calculated risks, devoid of the paralyzing dread of catastrophic failure. The mindset in Germany shifts from the often toxic pride of individualism to a cooperative spirit of collective support. Critics may scoff at these assertions. What about innovation? They might say, as they cling to the belief that the American model remains unrivaled in fostering creative breakthroughs. Yet Germany stands as a global powerhouse, balancing a sturdy social safety net while still facilitating remarkable innovation. Meanwhile, American entrepreneurs often find themselves battling debilitating healthcare costs and staggering student debt. Picture this: an ambitious college student in America, driven to chase their dreams, ends up crushed beneath the weight of medical bills after a minor injury. In contrast, their German counterparts benefit from a universal healthcare system that safeguards their well-being and livelihoods. Let's delve deeper into education, the crucible where dreams are forged or irreparably shattered. In the United States, students feel the suffocating grip of debt tightening around them due to exorbitant tuition fees and an education system that seems determined to prioritize profit over potential. Meanwhile, in Germany, students revel in access to affordable universities, which fosters an environment of innovation that thrives on collaboration rather than ruthless competition. Education is not merely a means to an end, it is a pathway to a brighter future, established to be accessible for all who dare to dream. Some might argue that America leads in technological advancement, but what value does this progress hold when millions languish beneath the weight of poverty? Germany, in contrast, scores impressively high in quality of life metrics, supported by labor laws that ensure fair wages and essential time off. The focus shifts from a relentless, often unfulfilling sprint toward arbitrary markers of success to an appreciation of life's journey and experiences. Would Americans cling to their jobs with such fervor if they knew they could take a well-deserved break without fear of job loss or financial ruin? This isn't mere rhetoric, it's supported by compelling data that highlights diminishing returns on the typical American work week. The average German work week comfortably hovers around 34 hours, while countless Americans exceed the 40-hour mark, stretching themselves thin in pursuit of an often elusive dream. Germans prioritize rich, fulfilling lives outside of work, assiduously carving out time for family, hobbies, and personal growth, while Americans seem trapped in a relentless hustle, sacrificing health, happiness, and a sense of community for a fleeting and often hollow idea of success. Frustration boils over as I reflect on how our society has been conditioned to celebrate capitalism while suppressing discussions of its darker aspects. Want the American dream? The chorus of voices echoes. Put in the hours. But here is the question. Are we chasing a mirage that only dances tantalizingly out of reach? Or are we perpetuating a cycle of exhaustion that breeds resentment and disengagement? It's high time to question the dominant narrative that defines our identities. Do Americans genuinely believe they are free, or are they ensnared by a system that glorifies relentless hard work while simultaneously stripping them of security and peace of mind? The truth is that Germans have often demonstrated greater innovation not merely through harder work, but through smarter work. They achieve a harmonious balance in life that American workers yearn for, an existence enriched by access to quality vocational training programs, while many US graduates find themselves besieged by confusion regarding degrees that lead nowhere but back to low-paying jobs with few benefits. At this juncture, you might be pondering the overarching purpose of this seemingly endless comparison. It is time for a collective wake-up call as we navigate these uncharted waters. The American ethos of individualism has created an economy riddled with insecurity, sending waves of people crashing into cycles of relentless hustle that ultimately lead to burnout and disillusionment. The German model, in stark contrast, champions cooperation and a profound respect for labor with a laser focus on enhancing the quality of life for all citizens. As Americans wrestle with the daunting stress of healthcare bills and the crushing burden of student loans, Germany cultivates an environment that encourages innovation and prosperity while steadfastly supporting its citizens. This redefines the very essence of freedom, not as the ability to gamble recklessly on uncertain business ventures, but as the capacity to pursue heartfelt dreams and aspirations without the paralyzing fear of total collapse. Let us pause to reflect. If you find resonant value in these arguments, consider extending your support for more candid discussions that challenge the unbearable status quo. The once gleaming American dream now teeters on the brink of collapse under its own weight, burdened by unattainable expectations and unrealized hopes. It is time for an urgent wake-up call. Will we continue to cling tenaciously to the illusion of American exceptionalism, or will we embrace the sobering reality that life in Germany offers a sustainable model worth aspiring to? Can we learn from Germany's inclusive practices and robust employee protections? As we move steadily into uncertain times, it is vital to weigh our national pride against an increasingly untenable system. What truly matters more, the transient pleasure of unchecked pride, or the wisdom to acknowledge better alternatives that exist just beyond our borders? I invite your thoughts and reflections. They are not only welcomed, but eagerly awaited. Let us engage in a rich dialogue that explores the possibilities for a better future.